Yo, today we're gonna guess how many days till a virus starts the apocalypse and everything goes to hell. T-Virus, Resident Evil series. A lab-made chemical that brings the dead back to life as hungry zombies. It can also turn animals into giant, skinless monsters. I'm gonna guess not based on humans going extinct, just on society completely crashing and everything falling apart. This is a zombie virus, so if it's not contained, I'm giving it a month until it destroys the civilization. Okay, 60 days, not too far from my guess. It spreads through water and air, making it nearly impossible for militaries to contain once it hits major cities. Smile infection, from smile tapes. A strange infection that forces your face into a permanent grin. Eventually you lose your mind and become a violent smiler. This is a fungal infection, and it makes people violent, so it will spread pretty fast. I'm giving it 2 months. 120 days, that's 3 months. The slow, creepy build-up allows for early denial, but the psychological horror eventually causes society to break from the inside. Necrovirus from Plague Inc. An ultra-smart virus that targets the brain. It stops the heart but keeps the body moving, creating an army of the undead. This is another zombie virus, so based on the previous one, I am giving it another 2 months. 45 days? Because this virus learns and adapts to human cures, it eventually outpaces even the best scientists. Cordyceps brain infection from the Last of Us series. A fungus that grows inside a living person's head. It eventually replaces their brain with mushrooms, turning them into clickers. This is a fungal virus, and I think it spreads faster than a zombie virus, because in case of zombie viruses you need zombies to spread the virus. But in this case you just need some spores, you don't even need those clickers, and I think it can spread pretty fast. 20 days, pretty close. The airborne spores in small spaces means soldiers and doctors get infected before they even realize a threat exists. So yeah, just like I said, spores. Band Drowned, Elegy of Emptiness virus. A haunted Zelda cartridge virus that stalks the victims through screens and slowly replaces their reality with a nightmare. So this virus spreads through cartridges, and people need to pass it around, play it, and I think it'll take a long time for it to spread and infect a lot of people. I'm giving it a year. 10 days? Bro, I don't agree with this. Since it moves through the internet, it can reach every connected person on Earth almost instantly. Before it said it spreads through cartridges, now it says it spreads through internet. If it's the internet, well yeah, 10 days makes sense. Ghoul's hunger virus. A hunger-inducing infection that makes victims cannibalistic, causes extreme aggression and an insatiable appetite for human flesh. Ghouls retain some part of their sanity, so I think it will spread a bit faster than an ordinary zombie virus. I'm giving it a month. 365 plus days? I don't get it. This is a slow burn, because ghosts can hide as humans. Civilization lasts a long time before trust completely disappears. Bro, I don't agree with this. A year is a far stretch. Pony virus, a creepy mutation that twists people into colorful but horrifying creatures. They lose their humanity and join a weird, fleshy hive mind. Bro, this thing looks freaky as hell. I'm giving it a year, tops. 90 days, 3 months. The cute appearance of the initial stages tricks people into letting their guard down until the hive mind takes over. Looking at this picture, it doesn't look cute at all. Like, how can you get your guard down near this thing? Crossed virus. A plague that brings out the absolute worst in humans. Victims get a cross-shaped rash on their faces and act out their most evil thoughts. This is total chaos. People are still themselves, but they do the worst things they ever can. I'm giving this just a month. 4 days. Yeah, this makes sense. The sheer brutality and speed of the Crossed overwhelm police and military forces within the first 2 weeks. Yeah, okay, I agree with this. Silicon Death, AI virus. A digital virus that jumps from computers into the human nervous system. It reprograms people to act like cold, emotionless robots. Almost everyone have computers and have access to internet, so I think this thing is gonna spread really fast. I'm giving it a week or 2. 5 days. An AI virus can shut down the power grid and banks while infecting humans, ending modern life in less than a week. Necromorphs pathogen. Dead Space series. An alien virus that transforms human corpses into grotesque, violent creatures, reanimates and mutates limbs into weapons. So this virus spreads to the space, I think it's gonna take a long time to end the civilization as we know it. I'm giving it 6 months. 30 days. Bodies in morgues and graveyards suddenly turning into monsters creates a war on two fronts that no army can win. Okay. Prototype virus. Prototype. A supervirus that eats the host cells and replaces them with shape-shifting black matter, turning the person into a living weapon. This thing is really cool if you ask me, and I think it's gonna spread really fast because people turn into weapons. I'm giving it 2 weeks. 15 days, yeah, I was right. One infected person can consume an entire army unit and take their shape, making it impossible to know who to shoot. Jeff the Killer's Madness Plague. Wait, is this even an infection? Psychological contagion spreads through witnessing Jeff's presence, causes violent impulses and the urge to carve smiles into your own face. This is very local, like, if Jeff's the only one who can spread this thing, I think it will take a long time to end the civilization, maybe even never. 12 days? Social media would spread his image globally in seconds, causing millions to lose their minds. Okay, this doesn't sound like presence, because it literally said his presence, and this is just an image, not his presence. So I don't agree with this one. Genophage, Mass Effect series. A biological weapon designed to stop a species from reproducing. It doesn't kill living, it just slowly ends their future. So this thing messes with people having babies. I'm giving it an average life expectation of a person who was already born, so like 80 years? 100 plus years. I wouldn't agree with that, but okay. This doesn't destroy buildings, it just stops new births, leading to a very long, quiet end for humanity. Rage virus, 28 days later. A blood infection that causes instant permanent anger. Victims don't want to eat you, they just want to beat and tear everything they see. This is a rage virus, people are gonna lose their crap, so this is gonna spread so fast. I'm just giving it a week. "28 days. Ah, bro, I'm so dumb. It literally said 28 days in the name of the movie. The speed of the infected is so high that city-wide lockdowns fail before they can even be started. Slenderman's influence. Not technically viral, but spreads like one through observation and media. Victims develop paranoia, hallucinations, and eventually insanity before disappearing. This one sounds like Jeff the Killer's Plague, so I'm gonna give 2 weeks like Jeff the Killer's Plague was. 200 days. Bro, how does this even work? It targets individuals one by one, so while the world gets scarier, civilization takes a long time to actually fall. I don't know, is it my logic that's broken or theirs? Candle Cove Contagion, a childhood memory-based infection spread through a cryptic children's TV show. Victims become obsessed and descend into madness. So it basically means you get infected when you're just Netflix and chilling. I'd say a week. 150 days. Since it mostly targets children, the apocalypse is a slow loss of the next generation rather than a sudden explosion. Possession Contagion, a spiritual infection allowing demonic entities to inhabit and control living hosts, spreads through ritualistic contact and shared blood, so they need to catch people one by one to do those rituals. I think it's gonna take forever to do this, and I'm giving it 4 years. 80 days. You can't shoot a ghost, so as the evil jumps from person to person, law and order eventually vanish. It didn't really say the demons can jump from one person to another, but okay. Curse of the Mummy, ancient plague, an ancient dust found in tombs. It rots the skin while the person is still alive, turning them into a dried out husk. Okay, it says dust found in tombs. I know it never worked out, but I'm gonna try one more time and say never. No. Let's go! No apocalypse. It is usually stuck in one tomb or city, and modern medicine would likely quarantine the rotting victims quickly. Lycanthropy Plague, a supernatural infection causing transformation into werewolves, spreads through bite and scratches. Victims lose human consciousness. I'm gonna try saying never again because at night people will turn into werewolves and during the day they will be just themselves. So I don't think this will end the civilization, it will just be an inconvenience. 300 days. Because it only happens once a month during a full moon, humanity has time to fight back between outbreaks. Vampire's Kiss, blood infection. A parasite in the blood that kills the host but keeps the body awake. It creates a thirst for life, force that only blood can satisfy. So if this infection just turns people into mindless beasts who just want to drink some blood, then I think it's gonna spread very slow because vampires hunt only at night, so I think it's gonna take pretty damn long to end the civilization. I'm giving it like 30-ish years. 120 days. Vampires usually want to keep humans alive as cattle, so they destroy the government but keep some of the society running. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The Flare, the Maze Runner. A man-made virus that eats the brain. Victims slowly lose their ability to speak or think until they are just wild animals. So, if everyone turns into wild animals, I think it's gonna take like 3 months. 50 days. It turns people into wild animals so quickly that supply chains for food and medicine would snap almost instantly. Okay. Wildfire virus, the Walking Dead. A silent germ everyone already has. It does nothing while you are alive, but the moment you die, it reboots your brain as a zombie. If everyone has it, it's gonna spread like a wildfire, just like its name says. So, like this, and the civilization is gone in like 3 days. 1 day. I don't agree with this. I don't. Since everyone is already infected, the apocalypse technically happens the second the first person dies and wakes up. Well, we're not going for technically here, and when the first person dies, it doesn't start the apocalypse, it doesn't end the civilization. The patient zero will still need to infect others, and it will take some time to end the civilization. Simian flu. Planet of the Apes. A lab-grown virus that makes apes hyper-intelligent but kills humans. Okay, I'm gonna take a different approach on this one. The civilization is not gonna end. Like, human civilization will end, but instead the smart apes will create their own civilization. So I'm gonna say never. 40 days. It kills humans while making apes smarter, creating a situation where we lose our top of the food chain spot very fast. Fox Die, Metal Gear Solid series. A smart virus programmed to kill only specific people. It travels through the air but only activates when it matches the target's DNA. A virus that only kills several people is not gonna end civilizations. Obviously never. No apocalypse. It is too specific. It would kill the world's leaders, but the average person would be completely fine. The Green Poison, The Division. Smallpox-based virus, spread via contaminated banknotes on Black Friday. If it's really happening on Black Friday, I'm giving it an hour. That's enough to end the world. 25 days. Using money to spread the virus is the perfect way to bypass hospital checkpoints and infect everyone at once. Haran virus, Dying Light series. A rabies-like mutation that makes victims sensitive to sunlight. Some victims mutate further, becoming extra dangerous once the sun goes down. First of all, this is one of my most favorite games, and I'm gonna tell you, this crap is really dangerous. I'm giving it a month only because the virus is more active during night. 70 days. The fact that the infected are fast at night but slow in the day gives the military a fighting chance to last a couple of months. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments which one was the scariest for you.